We usually get started at about 8 o'clock, so all good. Just changing the picture so people know that it's Third Rail Thursday. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and open. Because I got to be able to see the chat as well. So I'm just opening up the chat for that. All right, there we are. Okay, so I've got the chat. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Roger. Hey, Bubs. How's it going? Hi, everybody. Okay, so Third Rail Thursday. So every Thursday. Oh, no, we still got time. We'll wait till more people show up. Hey, Ben. How's it going, Ben? I'm going to show you guys. We're going to do this. Check this out. So this is what we're working on. This area right here. And yeah, it still needs a lot of TLC. I do have some issues running across it, and yeah, sometimes it happens with a derailment. Sometimes the couplers they'll uncouple because it's not smooth enough, and there's a little jankiness to it. So we're gonna work on this section today. But I'm also gonna do scenery. That's what you'll see me do. You'll see me do a lot of scenery here over the next hour or so. Let me know if the volume is good. If it's too loud, I can adjust the volume from all of these cameras here, and but yeah, because I get really excited and then I start talking loud and then it's too loud. So we're working on that today. I'm also eating ice cream because I just got back from DQ with the wife, so it is what it is. Hey, Whiskey Creek, how's it going? And Mike? It's good? Okay, good. Yeah. See, I think part of it, though, this thing here. I hate these things. I shouldn't have soldered them together at the end. I should have left it open. But what I might do is I might remove it altogether. I know it's bridge track, but I just don't like it, you know? But I'm afraid that if I try to remove this middle track here from that, it'll either break, it'll ruin the ties, or something. Something I'll probably regret. Mind you, I do have some spare HO track that I can run across there, but it's just weird. It's weird because, I put a level from here to here and it's all level, especially with like these and the abutments, but it seems like these are off. So I got to make some adjustments there. Hey, Robert. Hey, Steve. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the plow or the pilot, it'll catch on this one here for sure. If it's going this way, yeah. Oh, you know what? I should be showing this one. If it's going across here, it snags on that. So it's kind of a pain, but what can you do, right? So, well, I've already separated. Now, the cool thing is that I've been using HO scale, or code, I guess you could say, code 100 rail joiners there, so that I can easily remove this track if need be. And as you can see, that's how easy it was. I literally slide the rail joiners off, and then I'm just able to pull these out just like that. Yeah, probably a Dremel. Do I have a Dremel? I don't know if I have a Dremel. I think I have a Dremel. Let's say Dremel one more time. Dremel. Now, with the fact that it doesn't totally sit level, it makes me think that, like, maybe I should take those little things off there, because they don't seem to be... You know, I'll sort that out later. But, yeah, not thrilled. Not thrilled. Got to sort that out for sure, because it's definitely a pain, and especially when you have little areas like this. I mean, it's a big area, but it's little to me because of the significance of this area here. It's like, you know, you got to cross this bridge to go back up the other way. So, hey James, how's it going, James? So, yeah, it's kind of a pain, but here we are, you know. So, so we're gonna be doing up this area here. Most of this ballast is glued down, yep, and yep. So, we're gonna do a little bit of scenery, nothing crazy, but yeah, we're gonna work on this area here. So, is it okay? It's after 8, so we'll start now. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. It's Third Rail Thursday. Go via or go home. And every Thursday we normally come together and we work on stuff. We'll run trains. A little bit of everything, you know. But it's normally Tim that's the first week of the month, and I'm normally the second week. We switch, so we'll be over on Tim's channel next Thursday. And then Mark usually has the third week. And then GV After Dark is the last week. And then, yeah, with GV After Dark, it's keeping track at 7. And then GV After Dark at 8. And we even have a special guest again this month in May. We've got a special guest. Not going to tell you yet. You can guess. You can guess if you'd like. Super special guest. Yeah, that's going to be neat. It's going to be a good show. So, hey Wigwag, how's it going? Fancy seeing you here. So yeah, we got, you know, I did a little bit of running trains yesterday with the new camera setup. And as you can see, like, you know, I'm able to switch cameras here, and I've got a whole bunch of different angles. And I really like how this is it's working out here. And the picture quality was actually pretty good from when I did that. So that's what I'm going to do here. Even the audio wasn't that bad. I do have a professional microphone, but this wasn't that bad. So I think I'm going to do this, you know, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so let's get started here. So, I think what I'm going to do, so I'm going to have to grab some supplies here. It's right behind me. It's super inconvenient because I'm squished into this corner here with a chair. So, talks amongst yourselves and, you know, it'll be a good time. I'm going to put down the ballast for the abutments here. And then I'll add some greenery. And also maybe some static grass too. My phone looks rough. In what way? I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, so let's get started here. So I'm just going to grab a couple of things. Whoops. And I'm just going to put all my stuff here that I'm going to use. Got some 50-50 glue and water, some rubbing alcohol, my ballast, yep, and some glue. Just got to grab a brush. Okay, I grabbed a couple of brushes. And, all right, let's have a seat. I love doing this stuff, so all this scenery stuff is right up my alley. Alrighty, so I have a pre-mixed thing here. Can I remember for the life of me what this is? So I think there is medium brown, there is fine gray, coarse gray, there's coarse tan. I want to say it's like a tan color, and then a medium tan color as well. There's at least 4 or 5 different colors in here, and you know, obviously you mix it around, mix it up real good, and yeah. So a little bit of everything. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this area here. Hey, Rail Artist, how's it going? And Mark, M&M Rails, how's it going, Mark? Well, Dennis, I do have it currently set to 1080p. Based off of what my internet allows me to do, which it really didn't have any complaints yesterday because I had it running at 1080. Mind you, no one was home at that point. It was just me by my lonely onesie. So I'm kind of worried how it's going to be because there's like, you know, a house full of people right now. Now, what I'm doing here, basically, because I'm putting down ballast, right? But because it's on a hill, I don't really trust this hill, and I want it to be able to hold the ballast in place. So I'm just I'm gonna brush the glue, and that's gonna be like a bottom layer. Yeah. And this will be so that when it's going down the hill here, it'll stick to it as opposed to just falling or rolling down the hill. It'll still probably fall down because this glue is not consistent enough to stay, especially with the fact that I've got other turf stuff here on that. So, but it should do a moderate to okay job holding in its place. All right. Hillbilly Railroad and Nathan DeLay, how's it going, guys? If I missed anybody, my apologies. So hello, everybody. Hello. All right. So I usually keep these little cups from takeout. You get your sauces in these normally. So I save them and I do this with them. I use them as a little, because if I did this with a spoon, oh man, I'd be here all day. This actually speeds up my progress here doing it this way. So, and I'm able to cover larger areas quicker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, you don't even have to do this too thick, right? Like, it's just... as long as the area is covered, you should be okay. So you can kind of see, and I'm going to go this way here. So you can kind of see how it cascades down, right? So very neat, very neat. This actually, it gives me a lot of control with this thing too. Putting it in the cup. And like I said, it helps me to fill out the area a lot quicker just by putting the glue down first. Now, once all the ballast is down here, I'm going to soak it with the rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to spray it with the 50-50 glue. That's true. That is true, Mark. Now there's a couple of things here. So yeah, the grass doesn't really grow under here. Also, the ballast gets kicked down, so there'll be, you want to use some similar shades to the color of your ballast, because the ballast is going to run down this way as well, down the abutment here. So that's definitely something that you want to incorporate. But yeah, dead area here, right under the bridge. So yeah, you still don't get a lot of light there. But what you do is you blend it, right? So I'm going to do some kind of weeds in there. So it's not going to be totally rock. You know me, my thing is layering. You got to layer it. Can't all just be one color. It can't be just one little thing. You have to have several different colors and several different options here. The ballast also helps to hide the little imperfections too, which is really needed, I guess you could say, in certain areas. So I use the mist setting so that it doesn't move anything around. You want to soak it. Which is good. Now, I don't know how well this is going to cut. So when I mix my 50-50 of glue and water, I also put a little dish soap in there as well. I think it helps with the consistency. Again, when you soak it, it all goes all the way through, and because I do have some glue under there already, it's gonna help it even more once it dries, and it's gonna hold the underside layer as well. Cool. What? There we go. Hey Sparky, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Nathan is asking, how did I start YouTube and where did it begin and how did you come up with your name for the channel? So we've got a couple of really good questions there just within that one comment. Okay, so the name itself, before I was even on YouTube, it was actually my, I was coming up with a name for my eBay account because I was starting to buy a lot of trains on eBay. So when I made an account, that's where it first originated. So when I went to YouTube, I just carried it over. With me, consistency, you know, it's easier that way. And then with starting on YouTube, literally, I'm sure just like most other people, some of the earliest videos that I started watching was Will II 2000, and he was doing a lot of reviews and whatnot, layout updates, and I watched his entire when he did his original start to finish layout build. That's literally when I started doing this. Yeah, because I watched right from the beginning. I think he was only like three videos in at that time. So yeah, that's where it originated, and I'm like, oh wow, I want to do that because, you know, I really enjoy the hobby, and I'm like, I'd like to share, you know, what I do and my progress, and, you know, get feedback and whatnot, just like a lot of other people, you know. Sometimes we're not too sure, and it's often good to get an outsider's opinion, right? But I started with a layout that wasn't even a layout. It was a module, and it was like 7 feet long, and it was in my garage. But because of the fact that Canadian winters are so cold, it's like I could only use it, you know, so much, right? I couldn't just go out there anytime I wanted and run trains because it was too cold. So yeah, I had to limit how much I did. And also, like, when I started making videos, It's also when the iPhone 4 was out. And I don't know if you guys have had an iPhone 4, but image quality for the videos back then were nowhere near what they are right now. So I like to think that I've come a long way as far as, you know, video production and stuff, despite the fact that it's nowhere near, you know, amazing or anything. So. Yeah, James Wright, JWLL 2000. I think everybody at some point felt very inspired by him. Thanks for the question, Ethan. Robert, you're 110% correct. When I first started, yeah, it's a thing. So my videos, if I uploaded well, here's the thing, because my videos when I first started, they were like 30 minutes of me rambling. And, you know, it's like I'm rambling, but it's like, you know, so what? Shut up, you know? Like, well, me, like I should just stop talking, right? But, you know, what happened eventually was that, like, I was able to edit my videos a lot more and cut out the rambling. And, you know, the odd time I'll still ramble. I'm rambling right now, but that's because you asked. So, but, yeah. So like when I first started, my videos would be like 30 minutes long of me rambling. And then when I went to go upload my video, it would take like 9 hours because I only had like 5 megabytes. And that was still with like standard definition quality, which is like nothing. So yeah, going from the 5 megabytes on the download there, well, 5.1, so it was 1 on the upload. And now I have 500 on the download and 20 on the upload. The upload is still not all that much. I'd love to have more. But I'm not complaining because everything seems to work okay for what it is anyways. Thanks, Sparky. Yeah, like, well, when I did the video, like I did a live yesterday, I was talking about it earlier. I don't think you were here yet, but I did a live train running yesterday, and the quality I felt was pretty good considering what I normally do. So today, because I'm doing this, I'm able to, switch around like this, and I can even, give you one of those. But yeah, it's just I decided to use these cameras here for working on the layout here too. The problem is that I can't go through StreamYard or anything. They have their own independent app for running. So look, right at the beginning when I go live, you have to give it a couple of minutes because I have to, go on the computer here and I have to add the picture for the thing and whatnot. And I can't even add anybody to this stream. It's just me, really, right? Because it's just running through the app that's built into the phone. So there's that. So I probably won't be using it when I do like the GV After Dark or anything like that. But when I do something like this where I'm working on the layout, or I'm running trains. If you guys didn't get a chance to see that, I did a cab ride yesterday. I put one of the cameras in a well car that I recently picked up. It's actually a new release from Walthers, but I didn't talk about it at all because I don't normally do well cars. So, but yeah, it was a new release from Walthers, and it's a nice car. I can't get through tunnels, and even this bridge here, because the top is too high, it won't go through, or it's not high enough, I should say. It won't go through the actual tunnel or the bridge. So a little disappointed in that aspect of it, but whatever. I take it at one end once it gets through, and I put it on the other end. It's a whatever thing, really. It's just a very minor issue that I can totally work with. And didn't really fit the Helix either. Again, not a deal breaker. But at least I know that if I do a different layout in the future, I'll have them as a okay, so it has to fit this, basically, Is that a passenger car for freight that's in black that's right next to you? A passenger car. Are you talking about this this yard here? This is my yard, or my engine facility. Like, I've got my steamers, a caboose, an O&R crane. Look at that. And yeah, all my locos are here. So I'm just kind of trying to play it safe and not get any of them covered in water glue. But yeah, it should be okay. Did you guys get a chance to watch the Mini Prince live last night? Actually announced a number of new releases for Mini Prince. And I'm still trying to figure out which ones I like the most, just from what he had announced. Yeah, the well car is over there, but yeah. Because when I took them to the Ottawa Ho track, Perry and I tested a couple of options, and to get it low enough, we tried it in a well car. And ironically enough, it was the pink Rapido one, bright pink, so you really couldn't miss it. And for the tunnels that they have there, it fit every single tunnel. It's just the Wi-Fi signal there, it's not that great because it's in a basement, so wasn't really ideal. And I was using personal data, so it was very choppy and whatnot. I didn't really, not a fan of that. But here, which is where I designed to be able to use it, 100% works way better, in a setting like this. I still have to place my order, but yeah, the Bernard flying a drone, he 3D printed himself, and a little drone. You get 2 drones in the pack, and then you get this little wire, so to make it look like the drone is actually flying. All the proceeds from that go to getting him a new drone because he crashed one of his, so he needs a new one. It's beyond repair, so all the proceeds from that go to that. And I believe they're $25 US, and you get the guy, and he's holding a controller, and then you get 2 drones and the wire. So definitely go help him out. It's HO scale, so. I installed the Wi-Fi camera in a Proto. Oh, neat. I unfortunately don't have any spares where I could do that, but yes, yeah. And if you want it painted, now I'm not sure if that's $50 American painted. I'm pretty sure it might be. Mike, you're waiting for your order from Mini Prints. Oh, also, because Mini Prints or Bernard is going to be at the YouTube meet and greet at the beginning of June, I think he said something about how if you place an order with him, he can bring it and he can put it right in your hand. So it's basically like free shipping. I'm not sure how he's going to sort that out. Maybe like a promo code or something, and then the promo code is basically free shipping, but you just pick it up from them when you see them there at OVR. He hasn't officially announced anything yet, so don't quote me on that, but I'll find out. I'll find out from him. So, because I like my chocolate, I got the chocolate brownie extreme, and most of it's melted now, so I knew I should have got the tiny one. They didn't have a go big or go home size, so wah wah. Kind of see. Get a straw, brah. Nah, brah, it's all brownie, brah. I can't remember what show it is for the life of me. Tim messaged me earlier and he said that the Whitby, I think he said Whitby. The Whitby train show is now on. I think it's for like November or something. If you guys are in the Southern Ontario area, you might have heard of Whitby, Ontario. They're having a train show apparently, and that's now on. Not right this second, but in the fall. Literally 30 minutes ago. Damn. Well, that was quick. What do you guys think of that boat, though? That fishing boat with the lobsters? That's really cool. I really like the lobster boat. Because then you get to give it a nautical name or something. You get to name your boat. The SS more powerful than Superman, Batman, Hulk, all put together. That's a Family Guy reference. Okay, so that looks like it's supposed to. I think that's the thing that I like with scenery, is that like there's no rules here with this, you know, like you can kind of do your thing, and at least I don't think there's rules. If there was rules, no one ever gave them to me, so I never received the rule package. Whoops. Their annual convention. It's worth the drive to Nova Scotia. Cool. What I'm going to do next will shock and amaze you. Probably not. Alrighty, so do I do that area? I think I should. I think I should do that area, and then that way everything behind is good. I might need another glue because this glue is running low. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some flock and stuff. Give me a second. Get some of this and this. And some of these and one of these. Oh, two of those. Absolutely. Guess I can put that there. And bring these over. Put these here. Sorry, I just hate getting out of my chair to get this stuff. I wish I could just reach around here and grab everything, but it's like... yeah, I'll need that. Nope, I can't put that there. Running out of room. Okay, whatever, it's going up there. If I need it, I'll just stand up and get it. Okay. Alrighty. Oop. Drop that. Okay. We're back. Okay, so I've got this stuff here, which is, it kind of resembles like dirt. And I'll probably get more of it. I use some of this on like my roadsides. Let me see if I can give you a better sight of it here. So this is like a dirt. It's like a powder, basically. And yeah, if I just do a little bit of this. there. And where's my spray? That'll dry, so I'm not worried. But I will put a little bit of glue over top of it. So now I got this stuff here, and it reminds me of like a cleaning pad of some sort. The stuff that you would have on the bottom of a cleaning pad. And it tears and spreads really easily, and you can thin it out, or you can have it really thick. But it makes for some good low grass. But it's also going to help to keep the bushes that I'm going to add in place. Absolutely, Alexis. Yeah, there's only so much they can take. Eh? I learned the hard way. So what I'm doing here, I'm just running a bead of glue. Keeping in mind this dries clear, so I don't have to worry too much. And all I gotta do is push down on the glue. That's all I gotta do. But I think that's why we have our weekly therapy sessions, so we can get it all out of our system so that we're good for the rest of the week. Oh, my beard's in the way. If it's not Tim's hat, it's Chris's beard. Here, I'll do this. She's sitting behind me. She doesn't look too impressed. I don't think she wants to help. I think she wants me to get the heck out of here. And you're being loud. What is my opinion about steampunk? Well, I enjoy steampunk tattoos. I don't have any, but I do, like, I've got nothing against it. When we're talking about, like, trains and whatnot, sure. I'm very open-minded. I won't run Steam, but I'll run steampunk. Yeah, James is moving to Ottawa. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix up some bush here, and I'm going to show you we'll go here. Bam. Okay, you can kind of see, right? Absolutely. So, again, keeping your takeout dishes. Might I recommend Eastside Mario's? Eastside Mario's has like the best pasta. This episode of Third Rail Thursday is not brought to you by Eastside Mario's. So keep your containers. Even if there's a little bit left, just be like, yo, can I get a container to go? I've got some flocking to do later, and I need a container. So what I do, I usually put some clump foliage, and this I'm using the medium green crump forage, and I also have light green crump forage. And when they come together, try and stop them now. Oop, there we go. Okay. I want a cookie and a 90-minute cut of Avatar. So I'm just kind of mixing them together here. And then what I do, personally, I will even use the shaker over top of it just to kind of, you know, add the little bits. With a train room? Mark, when's your helix coming out? Okay, and putting a bit of a thicker bead of glue because it's got to hold this crumpy stuff here. There we go. Okay, so you can't see the light green there, but it'll be one of those things where, you know, if you're here or when the train drives by, you'll probably see it. Now this here, I'm really just, like, you don't normally see this part of the layout because the bridge is right in front of it. But there's going to be that odd time that you're going to look under there and you're going to see it and you're going to be like, what's going on there? Why does the layout just stop, you know? So this is where the bush comes in. I will take some solid colored stuff too, not just the mixed stuff. I like to mix my own, but doing some of just one color is also not a terrible thing. And I'll show you after once I'm done putting it in here. You'll see it. Oh, you can already see it. I'm doing it on the screen there. You can totally see what I'm doing. Okay, never mind. I forgot. You're watching me. Whoops. ACPDME guy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. If I've missed anybody else, I'm really sorry. Sounds like there's elephants jumping around upstairs. And by elephants, I mean my children. They're really noisy this time of night. I should also add some trees here, but I ran out of trees, so I gotta get more trees. Yeah, it'll look better when there's trees along there too. Nathan's asking if my kids are into trains. Yes and no. They like the idea of it, but they have a tendency to go very fast. Just like most other children, they want to see it if it can fly. So I have to be very mindful whenever they are using the trains or wanting to see them or touch them. Just kind of teaching them right from wrong and all that. But you know, they go through different phases. You know, like my oldest, he's really big into basketball, and my youngest, he likes to play like computer games and stuff like that. So they're both at very different stages, you know. You have a good night, Sparky. Thanks for stopping in. And we will see you on the 4th. Now the cool thing about this is that even if I like spray my backdrop, like yeah, it gets wet, but because it's rubbing alcohol, it dries and it doesn't even leave a wet mark. So that's cool too. And I'm just going to put a little bit on here. It'll run through it, but again, it dries clear, so it's okay. Then I want to do some static grass on the other side here. So this area is clean. Would I do this challenge? A Thomas and Friends train to convert into something that you like. Well, I would need more details. Like, would I be going out to buy a Thomas and Friends and then converting it? Oh, okay. So you did do that. Okay. Yeah, no, that's neat. Well, you've done a lot of crafty things like that. I feel like if I did something like that, it would be like I'd be like copying you. So I do try to keep things, original. I know that just like with music, nothing is really original, but I would definitely feel like I would be ripping somebody off if I tried that. Okay, so I'm just kind of fixing up this area here. And I'm gonna where did I put it? Oh, yeah. Same thing with the static grass too. Like I don't use just one color of static grass. I don't use one size of static grass. You gotta use a few things as long as it's accurate to what you're doing, right? Use some field grass, use some dead grass, use some green grass, short grass, long grass in areas. Really depends on the area. Okay. Maybe you have to put a little bit more in there. I'd like to see somebody turn a train into a transformer. Pure 80s right there, Transformers. You're an 80s child, Len. It's like Mark with his G.I. Joe train. It's actually been a while since I've seen any challenges on YouTube, guys. What's going on? It was like a week straight there where, it was like everybody was challenging everybody to do things, and now the challenges have just kind of died out. Whoop. So I'm going to show you this. Because basically what happens is that when you do the static... Ooh, my wife is messaging me. Oh, it went away. Maybe it'll pop up again because I didn't look at it. So, what would show the best view of this? Right here? Ah, sure, why not? Well, maybe I can do this. So when we look at it, right, you've got the static grass here, and we're combining the two. So I go over the line where the ballast was, and there'll be some slight vegetation there, but it blends the two together so you don't have like a line. Like, see how this goes where it's ballast, and then it stops, and then it's grass. So you want to blend it, so you're putting the grass coming up through the rocks there. Can I leave this here like this? Is that a thing? See, I couldn't do that caboose train because I only have 2 caboose. I was going to say cabooses, but yeah, I only have 2 caboose, so it didn't really work out for me all that well. Yeah, and I only put like 2 colors in there, right? And then with the bushes going along the back there, and then with the stuff coming out from it, and then I only did up to about here. Once the bridge is in place, like I can still do back here. This is just a major point here where I wanted to do. I'm also going to do right in front as well, so I'm going to do like right here. So you guys get a front row seat for that. That'll be fun. At least that was my thought process when I'm like, what will I share with you guys tonight? What am I going to do? And I think I'm going to be out of glue here. You know what? I have to go right to the edge here too because well, not just recently, but like I didn't finish right to the edge with the stuff. So and even though it seems like it's empty, I will just put it upside down and it will all the way to the bottom. Whoops. Don't forget, we're over on Tim's channel next week. We've got a special guest at the end of the month on GVO After Dark. Any thoughts? Any thoughts who it could be? I mean, even if you guess, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or not. But I want to see, for bragging rights. This is just for bragging rights. If anybody can guess it, you know, you win today. Have a good night, Mark. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I feel like in some cases doing this, spraying it with just the glue is easier. It'll still hold. We're running real low. Okay. Alrighty, so let's do Chris, if you want to scratch build trees, Boomer's diorama has, he does like amazing trees. His trees make real trees look fake. That's how good his trees are. Just in case you're wondering how good his trees are. And I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but it really, like, his trees are really good. If anybody hasn't seen Boomer's trees, I highly advise to go check them out. That's Boomer, Boomer's dioramas. I feel like I could do commercials. Okay, so I'm doing three colors in here for this area. It's a bit more of a wide open thing here. I've got a little bit of the dead grass, not as much as the other stuff, but I've got some light green, some dark green, and then I did add some dead grass as well. Let's see, so they're guessing Bill Gates. He was actually runner-up. He's busy that week, so maybe next month. DJ, that's a possibility. Lauren's way too busy. Lauren is actually busier than Bill Gates, so if that tells you anything. He's a super busy guy. He's got to make sure your trains get out on time. So there's that. I might have to do that with the actual thingy. Oh, good. That kind of worked how I wanted it to. No, it didn't. No, the lighter stuff actually went onto this little hump here, and oh, there's still more in there. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your static. I love doing static grass. It's fun. I didn't think I would have as much fun doing static grass, but then I started doing static grass and I'm like, wow, this is fun. So there's that. I have fun doing that. I didn't think I would. Not that I didn't think that it wouldn't be fun. I just didn't think it would be as fun as what it is. just gonna put some of this here just to kind of fill that in a little bit. Sorry about my reach. Just want to get rid of some of that brown edging there. And you know what I also like to do? It might be an unpopular opinion, but check this out. This is, we've got some blended turf, and this is the Earth Blend. And put a little bit of that in there. Again, might be a very unpopular opinion, but it, for what I'm doing, it works. So. And like this is all I'm doing. I don't know if you can kind of see because I'm like my little logo there is in the way, but I'm literally taking pinches. I take like 2 or 3 pinches, and that's my measurement there. That's my unit of measurement. A pinch of this, a pinch of that, 2 pinches, and then hopefully see a little pinch, and do another little pinch. There we go. And then I always do a little bit of a shake before I put it in there. I'm going to add some of this light stuff as well. I feel like there should be some light stuff. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to do this. Put the lid back on. And we're going to give it a little shake. See how that's the opening there. So I'm shaking it like this. Okay. Turn the static on. Rod Stewart, also extremely busy. I feel like I gotta soak this. See, if you find that it comes out too fast, and you just got to switch the head on it, but it should be. Ooh, why did I do that? Okay, you got to always turn it off before you start putting more stuff in there. Okay. move that. How are we doing, everybody? How's everybody doing? Oh, James is out. All right, James, you have yourself a good night. Gonna have some more ice cream because it's basically soup now. Whoops. I have to do this again to get the edge. I probably should have done that before, but it's a whatever thing. And I'm going to be adding some longer grass here because I think that the longer grass would be more suited in an area like this. I can't go too far over to the side because part of the layout hasn't been done yet, so I'm just kind of sticking to this area. All right, bring on the longer grass. Now, I'm pretty sure I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So if you keep hearing a sound that sounds like I'm being disturbed, it's beyond me. I thought about changing the bridge, but I know that not every bridge has the same type of span, so I'm really worried about finding something else that will work, and that is that specific size. Yeah, Happy Valley Hobbies. I mean, when I first started, live streams weren't really as big of a deal as the last couple of years. And it wasn't really until we were, technically I've been doing the GV After Dark for 4 years, but it really wasn't a huge thing. it was never really, I don't ever think it was really huge. And, you know, it wasn't until we're all like stuck at home and whatnot and, you know, being able to live interact with people, that's really where this whole thing has gone for everybody. But like when I first started, it wasn't, it was all, you know, pre-recorded and, you know, stuff like that. But just keep at it. Keep consistent. Yeah, I'm really personally happy with everybody's live streams and everybody's contributions and whatnot to the hobby. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. I don't look at it as though, you know, I've got, you know, 1 subscriber or 2 subscribers. I look at it as though I've reached out to 1 or 2 subscribers and I've intrigued them enough to want to show them more, you know. And then as it keeps going and it keeps going, no matter how many you have or how many you get to, it's that many more people that you're sharing the love of the hobby with, you know. I think that sometimes the whole subscriber thing can get very clouded and diluted by people just seeing it as a, you know, a popularity contest. And it's really not. Because we're all doing the same thing. We're all sharing what we love. At least that's just my opinion. I'm just one guy, so. Like, when I really break it down, all I'm doing is, you know, putting grass down, gluing some rocks down and whatnot, but you guys are taking the time to come on here and hang out and chat. I mean, like, you know, you guys are the real awesome people here because, you know, a lot of people just go on and they just put out content. You know, they don't necessarily help everybody else. They don't necessarily, you know, watch other people's streams. Wigwag, for microphone, I highly recommend the Yeti. There's a couple of different ones by Yeti. I think there's another name to it, but I call it well, it's called the Yeti. But yeah, so it's the one I have. I'm not using it currently, but I highly recommend it. Mike, you need to do a live and break out that shell. You know, you've got some really good stuff going on there. Your layout's cool with the modular thing too. You know. A 3 hour unboxing. I think I might have missed a 3 hour unboxing, but all the more to them if you can do a 3 hour unboxing video. Usually I can't hold it in that long, you know. Like if I'm unboxing something and I know what's inside, I'm like, oh man, I'm doing this thing. I'm doing it right now. I don't care who's watching. Just adding some bits of long grass in here just to kind of give certain areas a bit more height too. I want to show you guys a bit of a difference here, you know, in what I've done. So I'm just going to move some of these things here so that you'll be able to see and you can compare. So I think I can zoom in too. Yeah, I can. Okay, so just gonna wait till it updates on my screen here. My streaming thing is a little bit behind, but that's okay. When you watch the playback, it you know, it's okay at that point. So this is the old stuff, right? You can kind of see it's just, you know, your shaker and the shake, you know, you shake it on and it's very flat, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of go down a bit here. Going to have to give it a minute. So you can really see the difference there, and you can almost see the fuzz to it, you know. This is a good angle to show you the difference. So you've got both right here. Disregard that glue going across the the track there. It's made a bit of a mess, but it is what it is. It'll dry. Yeah. So now the static, whoop, the thing that I'm using, it's the Static King from Woodland Scenics. Do I recommend it over, let's say, another one? Like there's one from Knock, I believe, and then there's like the homemade ones as well. You could probably make a homemade one if you really wanted to. Do I find any of them to be better or not as good? This is the only one I've ever used, really. So I really got no preference except for the fact that I know that the Static King works. One thing I would recommend, though, I'm using it with a battery. The battery is a power supply. I would invest in the actual plug-in for it. You can get a plug, from wall outlet. Keeps the static, going, is more consistent. With a battery, I mean, if it gets weak, then you're not getting that much of a connection there with it. So it's not as good. So Mike uses the Pico one. Okay, well, Mike, you'll have to tell us how good or how bad that one is. Yeah, I've never used that one specifically, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Where did that shaker go? I like to use these right by like the rail side. Whoops. The shaker. Oh, that Hilda talked you into it, eh? She could probably sell water to a fish, that one. What? I know. We're finishing up here. Hey Bernard, how's it going? I redid all this area here so you can kind of see this, the ballast, and then I've got the static grass down. This is kind of what it looked like before, where it was very flat, where I just put some shaker on it. But then, yeah, I did some static grass. I'm going to have to add some trees and some, whatchamacallit, like some wildlife of some sort. But yeah. We were actually talking about you earlier, there, Bernard. I was asking everybody if they got a chance to see the little HO scale U flying a drone. And I mentioned that, now, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, if they would like to buy an HO scale Bernard flying a drone, and it comes with 2 drones, right? It's $25 US for one of those, correct? I didn't get a chance to open up the mini box yet. I think we were supposed to last night, but we didn't get to. I'm probably going to do a video. I'll do a separate video on it over the next couple of days. I think I'll have it ready to go by Monday. I'm very excited to open it, though. Oh, good. Okay, yeah. So I was paying attention. No, it's good. Yeah, so like I said, everybody, $25 US, you get a mini Bernard and 2 drones and a little wire to make it look like one of the drones is actually flying. And it helps go towards the purchase of a new drone. So let's all help them out. I think I'm out of glue. Oh, no, there's a bit. Is there enough? Should be enough. I've got like 20 glues in the back room. But we're just finishing up the stream here. So I'm not going to bother going to get a new one just to tell you that the stream's over. How many does he have left? There was a limited number. Yeah, Sparky was telling us that he bought one earlier. Did he buy them all? Five down, 20 to go. They're going fast. So I'm just filling in a bit more here. I think we'll shut it down in 5 minutes. And we'll continue on. We've got lots more to do with the layout. Lots more. So yeah, actually Bernard was saying there that I do have a mini print of the month. He ships them out now at the end of the month, opposed to the 15th. So I received I guess it would technically have been for April. I received my April mini of the month. I have not opened it yet, but I will, and I'll do a video of it. And I'll have that video out for probably Monday. So watch for that. Other than that, we'll see you guys on Sunday, because Sunday we're doing the Sunday brunch kit builds, and I'm going to be working on some stuff. And I know it's Mother's Day, so I don't expect anybody to show up, but if you do, we can hang out and chat. And I usually always welcome people to join on Sundays on my Sunday streams. So, come hang out and build some stuff and talk trains and whatnot. And then next Wednesday, I'll be running trains again. So I normally do those lives starting at noon. And I surprisingly enough had a decent turnout this past week with the amount of people that showed up. Bubs lent me some GMD ones from Rapido, and I'm going to be running those this week. I'm really excited because I want to get a couple for myself. So it'll be a good time testing those out and seeing how they run on the layout. and I'm gonna get them pulling some decent trains, and we'll be using the awesome cameras where we can, go all over the place, and yeah. So we'll see you on Sunday, and then Wednesday, and then we're gonna be over on Tim's channel next Thursday for Third Rail Thursday. The brunch. What's the brunch about? Well, the Sunday brunch kit builds. I've been doing, I was doing it for a while last year, and then my Sundays just became really busy around like November, December, and then my January through February were ridiculously busy. So I started up again last week. Basically, I go live at noon. That's Eastern time or Toronto time. And I go for about an hour to 2 hours. And because I use StreamYard, I usually put the link to StreamYard in the chat. And anybody who wants to join in can, if you're working on, let's say, a model or a kit, even just the layout. And we talk if you need assistance. There's usually always at least one person who has an answer for you. So it's great if you're a beginner. It's great if you're intermediate, or if you just love to hang out and talk trains. Yeah. Sidetracks wants the green ones. I know where I can find you a couple, actually. I saw some green ones at a local store up here in Ottawa. I can't remember how much they were, but let me know. Yeah. Hey, Angela, how's it going? But yeah, so Sunday. Yeah, so if you're interested, if you want to join, you can always show up, and we'll be building kits, and it's usually a good time. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys coming out for this and helping me out here this Thursday. Went for about an hour and 3/4 there, not too bad. Ran out of glue, otherwise I would have just kept going, I think. Probably not. I'm tired. It's been a long week. I've got lots to do, and my back's hurting, so other than that, yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching, your comments, your questions. Thank you for being you. But all good things must come to an end, so we will see you on Sunday.